What's going on, guys? Alex at NewTech. How are you doing? This is the T-Mobile REVVL. We unboxed it on the channel a couple weeks ago and I've had a chance to use it. There's some nostalgia to this phone for me, even though it has nothing to do with those phones. Just seeing that T-Mobile branding and, knowing that T-Mobile was the one who developed this phone along with Alcatel, it was pretty exciting. So here is our full review of the T-Mobile REVVL. The REVVL is an interesting device. It's only $125 and it doesn't really do anything better than other phones in its price point. But there definitely are things here that warrant a potential buy for T-Mobile users. As a budget phone, T-Mobile has put in a low-end quad-core MediaTek chip with 2GB of RAM and 32GB of storage. As you can probably guess, this isn't going to be the most pleasant experience you'll likely get with Android. What helps is the skin used by T-Mobile's partner in crafting this phone, Alcatel. Joy Launcher is Alcatel's signature launcher, and like those on previous phones, the skin on the REVVL is really light. You are going to get a near-stock Nougat Android experience in basically all aspects of this phone. And any veteran of Android will tell you that, especially in the budget field, stock Android helps improve the overall experience powered by low-end processors. Also, now relegated to the budget field, is the inclusion of a removable back where you can insert your T-Mobile Nano SIM card and a micro SD card for additional storage. That's always nice. So the battery life on this is surprisingly good. I was getting through an entire day no problem at all, 14 hours or so on a charge, and the best thing about this is I was getting 4.5 to 5 hours of screen on time, which is beyond what I expected from this. If you've watched our channel before, you know that our standards, 3 hours of screen on time is average at best. So anything above that is above average in my opinion. And this was exceeding that. I was really surprised. 3000 milliamps is not a lot, so this is actually very surprising. It's a very welcome surprise. Surprises come in all shapes and sizes. While I was pleasantly impressed with the display on the REVVL, there were also significant disappointments. Viewing angles were terrific on this 5.5-inch screen that gives you good solid colors and clarity at 720p. I can't say with certainty that I can tell the difference between 720p and 1080p on this phone. I honestly forgot it was only 720p until I began writing this review. Other phones I've been quite good at distinguishing the resolutions without help. Where this display is a massive letdown is with the lack of oleophobic coating. Yes, this is a budget letdown, but the fingerprints on the screen are truly distractive here. This is one of the worst offenders I've seen in a while. Flip the REVVL over and you have a nice deceptive plastic back that looks more premium from a distance than it really is. Like its front counterpart, the plastic shell is ridiculously fingerprint prone. It's a two-front attack. There is a fingerprint scanner located in the back of the phone, which I do like the location of. This is where I prefer it to be. The fingerprint scanner is quite slow though. It takes about 3 seconds after you put your finger on the fingerprint scanner for the phone to wake up. By today's standard, that is quite slow. But I suspect that most people who purchase phones in this price point will be happy just to have a fingerprint scanner for $120. You might not be happy browsing the web though. While the overall performance of the REVVL is acceptable, you will notice things take a while to load. Once again, $125 is not a lot of money, but I've reviewed phones in this price point that just offer a faster experience. Although it looks like the REVVL gives you dual front-facing speakers, only the bottom piece emits sound. It's dull and doesn't offer much substance. Still, as I always say, front-facing, even crappy, is better than anywhere else.
Guys, calm down. You don't tell me to calm down. I tell you to
go outside.
Like it. Everybody step right up and see the amazing screw up.
It's never like this.
This happens every week.
Hypnotech.
And finally, the REVVL packs a 13 megapixel main shooter that shoots 1080p video with digital image stabilization. The interface is easy enough to use, but this isn't that great of a camera. The shutter and focus work fine in well-lit environments, but anything less than that criteria, it falters greatly. HDR is also near impossible to use anywhere as it takes way too long to get a shot processed. You're going to miss quite a lot of shots. front 5 megapixel camera is acceptable, but like the rear camera, images just come out dull most of the time. So we all know family and friends and coworkers who just walk into a retailer and they ask the sales clerk, hey, out of these two phones, which one do you think I should get, right? And they purchase whatever phone is recommended to them without going online and researching or watching YouTube reviews like ours. And there's nothing wrong with that. Like I said in my unboxing video, I used to do that in 2012, 2011, or whatever the year was. So what I'm trying to say is, if they come out with this phone and they showed you, hey, look, I got this at the T-Mobile shop, what do you think? It's not that bad. You can say it's not that bad. It's like, oh, okay, you could have done better, but you know, this is not a bad phone. Whereas we all have seen those where someone walks out and shows you a phone. Hey, I got this at Verizon. I got this at T-Mobile. And you look at them like, why did you get that phone? Why did the sales guy recommend this to you? It's a year and a half old. It's at full price, and there's a new model coming out in a month. You got scammed. Well, you got tricked into buying this to clear their stock out. And I can honestly tell you, though, that this phone is it would have been a little better if it was on something like Verizon or Sprint in those locked networks. But because T-Mobile is a global SIM network where you can use unlocked phones, you can buy options on Amazon, you can buy options from GearBest and Banggood that are better packages, better build quality, better performance, better looking, better feeling, higher performing devices at the same price point, if not a little cheaper, a little more expensive. You know those phones. If you're watching this video, you're aware that there's a market out there that give you really crazy stuff in this price point. So, what I'm trying to say is that there is a market for this device. That's what the T-Mobile REVVL is right now. It's just a decent phone in a limited market. But I'm really excited that it is here because this is a market that I do think needs something like this here. And along with ZTE, I'm glad T-Mobile has been putting things like this out here. Once again, my name is Alex from SitNoTech. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. Let me know what you guys think of the T-Mobile REVVL. And there are rumors that there are going to be more T-Mobile REVVLs, like higher end ones, flagship or mid-level specs. Spidey wants me to end this video, so I will say goodbye right now. Till next time. Wow, you need to shut up. Oh my gosh, you keep ruining my takes.
If you like this video, be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Also, hit the bell button below so that you don't miss a single video in the future. I'll see you guys next time. Bye!